clauses 13 through to 21 in the 2019 Residential Tenancies Regulations. So lots of issues here that we need to look about. And the new requirements for landlords, and obviously agents acting on a landlord's behalf, are that when a smoke alarm is not in working order, landlords, and as I said, I'll just keep saying agents where it's referring to landlords, but agents on behalf of the landlords must ensure that the alarm is repaired. Now, this includes the replacement of a battery, and that has a time frame on it of 2 business days. So they need to ensure that it's in working order. If it's not, fix it within 2 working days. Landlords need to check smoke alarms every year to ensure that they're working. So there's your annual side to that. Now, of course, there's companies out there that will do that on your behalf. And, and that takes a huge amount of, stress and also liability if you're actually working towards having that done. Your angle now with your landlords, obviously, is to say this is now a legislative requirement that it must be checked every year. Therefore, here we have a company, here's the deal we've done with that company, and this is how we're meeting this legislative obligation. So there's a really good discussion that you need to have with the landlords that maybe are a little bit difficult in making a decision about spending a few bucks on getting their smoke alarms checked every year. Agents must also ensure that smoke alarms are replaced within 10 years of manufacture or earlier if specified by the manufacturer. Batteries installed or replaced every year. For lithium batteries, obviously that's different, and that's as specified by the manufacturer, or periods less if specified by the manufacturer. Agents need to give 2 business days notice to inspect or access smoke alarms for repair or replacement, and actually only an hour's notice to carry out repairs or replacement of a smoke alarm. So obviously that's about your relationship with your tenant and getting access, and it's a safety issue. So, obviously the tenant will want it fixed, you want it fixed, the landlord should definitely want it fixed. So, in terms of the notice, it's about your communication process. Whilst, there are times and time frames, if you can do it in less, if your tenant is agreeable, which, unless, specifically unreasonable, they should be wanting their smoke alarms to be in working order. As we said, these new reforms in relation to the regulation come into effect on the Monday, the 23rd of March. So tenants must notify their agent if they discover that a smoke alarm is not working, and that includes if the battery needs to be changed. Tenants need to notify their agent when they change a battery in a smoke alarm, or if they engage a licensed electrician to repair or replace an alarm. So, mind you, the agent should be organising that, but the tenant certainly needs to pass on any information if they've had any work done or any replacement of a battery on that done. So, and obviously it needs to be an electrician doing that. Doesn't apply to social housing tenants because there are different laws around that. Now, a great place to get some additional information on this is the Fair Trading website. And I know I say it almost every week. You should have that as a favourite on your computer. You should definitely subscribe to the Property Matters newsletter. But there's a great table on the Fair Trading website. Just Google smoke alarm requirements and it'll come up. It's all the new requirements, because basically they're saying that it needs to, it's all about the installation of it. It's about, what needs, if the batteries are hardwired, if they're not hardwired, if, what happens to the detail and the type of battery that's in there and the requirements that are under that. So it's a great table there. Have a look at it. And, it's, if you can't find it, then look in our newsletter that's coming out today, and the link is in there. So it'll take you straight to that part of the Fair Trading website where you can actually look at that. So it's actually essential, if you're working in residential property management, that you look at these new standards, and you look at the new standard form of the Residential Tenancy Agreement and the condition report, and ensure the processes in your agency meet all of those new requirements. Because these are the questions. There are questions in there about smoke alarms. So you need to make sure that you're answering them, that you know how to answer them, that you know what's happening within each of your tenancies. So really important issue, 15 days yet to get yourself organised to make sure this happens within your agency with any new leases that you sign and the associated condition reports that you're filling in. So really important issue there. Please take note of that if you're working in residential property management.